Hey guitar champion, what's going on? Justin Hombach here, back from my practice cave, and welcome to another walkthrough of another Necrophagist song called Only Ash Remains. Oh yeah! We are going to check out this song note for note, and we will start with the intro section of this song, the first big intro solo, and then the intro main riff, which is really amazing and really scary to play on the guitar. Then in the second episode we're going to check out all the riffs from the verse and from the chorus, leading to the third episode of those videos where we're going to check out the 4 epic solos of Only Ash Remains. Okay, so let's start with the intro section. If you want the free tabs for this section, then feel free to check out the description box. There's a link where you can download all the tabs for free. Warning, I'm going to demonstrate the intro section of Only Ash Remain in a standard tuned guitar. In the original recording they are tuned down to D, but for the demonstration purpose here I'm going to play this in E standard tuning. So if you want to play along with the recording, you have to tune your guitar down to D, or you could get a pitch shifter like from this kind of machine. Because if I'm going to be honest, all of my covers are not played in a D standard guitar. It's all an E standard guitar, but pitch shifted with the DV Mark multi-amp. Okay, without further ado, let us start with the lesson for Only Ash Remain. Walkthrough part 1, the intro section. Here we go. So, after the first bass riff, the song starts with some guitar chords. First we have F, then E, going to A, going back to E, to F, E, and then F. Again, F, E, A, F, E, F. And those 4 chords suggest the kind of scale that we are in. For the complete song, we are in really typical Phrygian dominant scale, which comes, it's the 5th degree, the 5th mode from the harmonic minor scale. Okay, now the next thing, we have this crazy Unisian line. So, as I've said in the beginning, we are in the E Phrygian dominant scale, which comes from the A harmonic minor scale, and we are starting on the 12th fret from the E string and playing this hammer-on line and pull-off line. So 12, 13, 16, and going back to 12, playing the D on the 15th fret from the B string, going back to the 12th fret on the E string, and playing 15, 13 on the B string. Now we're playing the same sequence, but in the scale not starting on the E string, instead starting on the B string. Sorry. This way. So we have 12, 13, 15, 14 on the G string, and 14, 13 the second time on the G string. Now we're playing an ascending line. Where we're starting on the 10th fret on the G string, playing 10, 13, 14. This one is alternate picked. Then we're playing 12, 13, 15, also alternate picked on the B string. And as a pull-off, as a hammer-on, we're playing 12, 13, 16. So far we have. Sorry. Then we're jumping to this next scale position and playing the same ascending idea, but in the next scale position. So we're starting this time on the 14th fret on the the 13th fret on the G string instead of the 10th fret. Sorry. Okay, starting with the 13th fret. The shape looks like this. Here we have on the G string 13, 14, 16. On the B string we have 13, 15, 17, and on the E string we have 13, 16, 17. And here again on the G and on the B string we are alternate picking, and on the E string we are hammering. And now on the E string comes the part which makes this complete section really, really tricky. We have this kind of figure. After the hammer on, this sounds first pretty easy, but in the context, this brings a really interesting rhythmical difference between the rest of this lick, because the pulse is really different now in this kind of idea and this kind of hammering section. The meter is changing, and therefore it's really hard to figure out where the one is after this kind of idea. But let's check out this in detail. After we are pulling 13, 16, 17, we are doing a hammer on and a pull off on the between the 17th and the 16th fret, between our pinky and our ring finger. Warning, this is not a trill, so it's not something like this, which would be really, really hard with the ring finger and the pinky. It's really rhythmical in that kind of triplet feeling. Then we're pulling back to the 13th fret, hammering back again to 16 and back to 13. And then starting all over. But let me play this one to that point, up to that point first. You hear the last line is a little bit longer than the rest of those kind of licks and those kind of ideas, so the meter is changing and where the feeling of our pulse is changing as well. Okay, and then we are repeating the whole section. Up to that point, and then we're repeating all two sections. So in total we have and after that we're repeating all those two complete ideas, but in the last time, instead of the ascending run, which starts on the second position on the 13th fret, we only play up to that point. Then comes a little break, and after this comes the next really, really interesting riff. But first let me play this section again for you to listen to. Okay, here are some few things where we have to really be careful with. First of all, that our hammer-on and pull-offs are really, really tight and in timing. Especially the pull-offs. We guitarists tend to play the pull-offs a little bit faster than the rest of us, because this pull technique, this pull motion, is easier when we're doing it faster and snappier, I would say. It's really hard to describe, but it's a problem that I also have. Legato and hammer-on and pull-offs are I would say, my weakest technique, and I'm still working on them a lot. And often I realize that I'm not playing, but instead I'm playing something like this. A little bit over-exaggerating right now, but I think you get the point. Really try to work on your hammer-on and pull-off that they are coming really clean and really tight. Alright, and the next thing we really have to be careful with is our right hand, especially in those ascending lines. Because we have a 3-note per string pattern, 3 notes on one string means that we have to change the pick slant after every string change. If you don't know what pick slanting is, try Grady, cracking the code, check it out. Right now I'm telling it, I think now in every video I'm recommending Troy Grady, so check out Troy Grady, pick slanting, really, really great technique. But to play an uneven number of notes in one string can be tricky with those kind of stuff, so we really have to check out this one. Or you can play it also as economy picking. You could play those runs like this. If you are more into the economy picking kind of motion and picking style. Still something that I'm working a lot on. I love the sound of economy picking, but I'm not the master of economy picking. For me, alternate picking is still the easier method. So, the next riff number 2 from the intro is this crazy riff here. Let me first play it slow. This one is not easy, this riff. So, what do we have here? Well, as always, we are kind of in this E Phrygian dominant kind of scale, but more based around the F. We are first starting with this idea. And we are starting with the... but first of all, I have to say this is the kind of version what Christian is playing. There's a difference from what many tabs are saying. I'm changing not the notes but some fingerings here, but this is leaned on the Christian version, not on the from Muhammad. Okay, so because why? Because the guitar that is playing here has more of the melody which guides through this complete riff in it. A little bit more than the Muhammad riff, the other guitar, which has more kind of a comping background. Okay, so we are starting on the 2nd fret on the G string. I'm playing 1, 0, 1 on the E string. Playing the F, the octave of the 1st fret on the E string, on the 3rd fret on the D string. And after that we are playing just 1 and 0. So we have... For the picking hand, I recommend outside picking, which means that we are starting not with a down pick, we're starting with an up pick. So we have our tip of the pick outside of the string field here. It's a little bit easier for the string skipping section. So our picking is up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. After that we're jumping high up here to the 13th fret on the E string. And here comes the part where I change the fingering, or I would say more the section of the fretboard where we are playing it. In many tabs it stands like this. But especially for this tempo I've found it really hard to play those notes changing between the D and the G string, and I thought, why not doing this one finger shape higher and playing this melody on the D string. And now we don't have to change between two strings, but we can play the open string in between. It's a little bit easier, I think, and the stretch is not that wide on this kind of area from the fretboard. So we're jumping to the 13th fret on the E string, playing the 12th fret on the D string, and then we're playing the thing that I talked of a few seconds ago. And here we have the 12th fret, 15th fret, and the 18th fret. Playing the 12th fret twice and other frets once. Then we are playing this kind of figure. We are doing again this idea, but one octave higher with the 13th fret. So far we have and the next part goes like this, where we're playing between the 19th fret and the 13th fret on the D and on the E string. Okay, and after that we're playing the low E string, going to the 1st fret again, then playing again the low E string, and playing the same melody. But this time we're not moving upwards to the 19th fret, we're going downwards to the 15th fret, sliding to the 14th fret, playing 1st fret and 0. And coming to the next part of the riff. The next part of the riff goes like this. And here we have basically the same idea and the same figure all the way through, but we're only changing the notes on the D string. And the riff, or the idea, goes like this. We're playing 0, 1 on the E string, playing the note on the D string. In the first case it's the 2nd fret, the E. I'm playing 0, 1, 1, 0, sorry. So we are repeating all of this, but we are only changing the note on the D string. Okay. And we're starting on the 2nd fret, playing this one twice, going to the 3rd fret, going to the 5th fret, playing 2nd, going to the 3rd fret again, so 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, 5, 2, 3rd. And the second time that we are on the 3rd fret, we are doing a little break. And then we're continuing after this little break and playing 5, 3, 6, 3, and 6, 6, 5, and going to the next verse, the next part of this song. Okay, for the right hand we have to change the pick slant a little bit. First we are playing it with downward pick slanting and having the pick direction down, up. Then we're going to the A string with the downward pick slanting, playing down. Moving, while we're playing this note here, to the upward pick slanting, and going in that way back to the E string. Okay, let me play this part, this riff a little bit faster. So much for the intro of Only Ash Remains. I hope you liked this video. I hope I'm going to see you on the next 2 walkthrough videos. In the next video we're going to check out the verse and the chorus and some riffs there. In the 3rd video we're going to check out those 4 epic solos. So I hope I'm going to see you in the next video. If you like this video and the series, feel free to subscribe, to like. I'm always happy about people who are following me. If you have any questions for me, then go check out my official Facebook group, the Progress Nation group. There you can ask me a lot of questions, and I'm doing a live stream every week and where I'm trying to answer those questions. So I hope I'm going to see you there on my next video. So far, cheers and stay progress. Bye.